The story begins with some American soldiers who had infiltrated enemy territory to carry out a mission. Soon, they eliminated their main target and started planning their escape. But now, enemies were attacking them from all sides. In the chaos, one of their comrades was killed. The enemy numbers were overwhelming, and there was no chance of victory. The soldiers immediately called for backup from headquarters, and that's when something happened that left everyone stunned. A red light spread across the sky, and a strange machine appeared. The soldiers were shocked to see this machine. With a single strike, the machine wiped out all of their enemies. The sky then turned white, and bolts of lightning flashed everywhere. The voltage was so high that it pulled all the soldiers toward it. There, the aliens began conducting experiments on them. During the experiments, the soldiers started seeing flashes of their past lives, the battles they had fought. For a while, the entire team was frozen in ice. When the machine shut down, the soldiers were released from the ice. They had no idea what had just happened to them. They vomited out a strange liquid from their chests, as Jax had told them earlier that doing this could save their lives, though even he didn't know how he knew this. Confused, they tried to figure out where they were. Some thought maybe the Russians or Chinese military had kidnapped them, but the symbols inside the machine didn't look like anything from Earth. Then Reyes discovered a plate that had his and his unit's names on it. The strange part was that he could read this bizarre language, though he didn't know how. The soldiers quickly loaded their guns with bullets. All they could remember was their last battle. Everything before that was forgotten. Their leader, Kelly, told them that before enemies found them, they had to find a way out. While escaping, they came across a door, but no matter how many times they pressed the button, it wouldn't open. So the soldiers used all their strength to force it open. A little further ahead, they found another door sealed shut. That's when Rhodey noticed vents and sent Reyes to investigate. With a flashlight in his mouth, Reyes crawled through the vents and kept following the light. Eventually, he reached another vent door, opened it, and moved forward. On his command, the rest of the team also entered the vent. As they moved further, they saw strange symbols on the doors. It felt as if someone was deliberately guiding them there. The entire path looked like a maze. The soldiers started to believe they were trapped in some kind of underwater prison. Suddenly, they heard strange noises and went to investigate. They saw bloodstains on the ground, a clear sign that the place was deadly. As they advanced, they saw smoke, and within it, headless corpses. Kelly, Gibbs, and Reyes entered another room, where they found yet another dead body hanging from a strange table. But there was also a woman alive, with handcuffs on her wrists. Her name was Rawi. None of the soldiers could understand her language. The soldiers pulled a lever to free her, but suddenly a terrifying alien appeared in front of Gibbs and attacked him with its massive claws, throwing him into the previous room. Nash searched for a strange weapon. Meanwhile, the others heard the commotion and rushed to help, unleashing heavy gunfire. But their normal bullets had little effect on the alien. In a single strike, the alien knocked down 3 soldiers. When Kelly tried to fire, the alien quickly disarmed him and grabbed him by the throat. It stared at him for a moment, and then tossed him aside. When the alien attacked Jax, Nash handed the strange weapon to Rhodey. Rhodey finally managed to activate it and shot the alien, taking it down. The soldiers thought the alien was dead and went near it, but suddenly it roared back to life. That's when Rawi stepped forward, fired at it, and killed it for good. Afterward, she said something in her language that the others couldn't understand and walked away. When the soldiers followed her, they found out that Gibbs was dead. Suddenly, another alien appeared. Kelly opened fire rapidly and told everyone else to run. The alien fired its laser gun, injuring Rawi. Soon, a group of other monsters appeared and started firing at that alien too. Kelly helped Rawi while the rest ran. A huge battle broke out, with heavy fire on both sides. The soldiers quickly ran into the next corridor and hid. Rhodey seized the moment, pulled a lever, and shut the door. Kelly wedged a knife between the door and the wall to prevent the alien from opening it. Then he told Jax to go with Rhodey and find an escape route. The alien kept slamming the door, and the soldiers knew it wouldn't hold for long. Jax and Rhodey climbed up through a tangle of wires. Reyes told the rest of the team to follow them while he stayed back to distract the alien. As soon as the door burst open, Reyes shot the alien and slammed the door shut again. But by then, all the other monsters had stormed inside. Reyes ran toward the vent, but just as he reached it, an alien grabbed his leg, dragged him back, and brutally killed him. The second monster peeked inside, and Rhodey blew its head off. The team found a way out, moved some iron beams aside, and entered a room. After that, Kelly asked Rhodey how he knew how to fire that alien weapon. But Rhodey couldn't remember anything. Jax started tending to Ravi's wounds, but Ravi said he was fine. Kelly began translating his words since she knew Russian. She then explained that these monsters were actually aliens. She also revealed that they were all inside a spaceship. Meanwhile, the aliens were tearing Reyes's body apart, and then, using a device, they began viewing his memories. That way, they learned everything that only the team members knew. After going through Reyes's memories, the aliens activated a special device. On the other side, Ravi told the soldiers that the one with the scarred face was the leader of these aliens. He also revealed that the walls had motion sensors, and these aliens were only hunting them for sport. In the next room, there was a bridge built over a very deep pit. All around, thousands of lights were glowing. When Jax looked closely, he realized they weren't bulbs but capsules, with human bodies sealed inside. Ravi called them sleepers, and insisted that they must hurry forward. After some time, the team reached a hangar-like chamber filled with numerous containers. Ravi explained that these containers were filled with items the aliens had stolen from Earth. Rhodey found it strange that the aliens hadn't attacked yet. His guess was that they were moving ahead to trap them from the front. Kelly agreed and said they had to fight. Then Jax said he would find out where they were. He went into the hallway and began singing so that the aliens' attention would turn to him. As soon as the aliens followed his voice, Jax opened fire on them. After some shooting, they started running so the aliens would keep chasing. Jax would occasionally turn back and shoot, but it wasn't doing any damage, it only enraged the aliens further. Finally, he reached the hangar and started provoking them so they would follow him inside. As soon as they entered, Nash sniped one alien's head off. Then the rest of the team came out from all sides, firing one after the other, killing the aliens one by one. But as soon as it was over, Ravi remarked that it was way too easy. "How did we kill them so quickly? Something's not right." Sure enough, about 2 minutes later, many more aliens stormed into the hangar. The team immediately opened fire, but this time the aliens had very strong shields. Because of them, not a single one of Nash's bullets hit its target. While escaping, Nash leapt from one container to another, but soon he got separated from the team. Everyone else ran toward a door, but just as Jax was about to make it through, he was shot in the back and died instantly. In grief, Nash screamed and shot the alien's head in revenge. The remaining 4 people escaped the hangar and hid inside a corridor. From there, they continued firing for a while. Then Ravi found a handle and shut the door. But aliens were coming from the other side too, so the team quickly fled. They slid down a tunnel, landing below, where they discovered a pool filled with bones and rotting corpses. The stench was so foul that they vomited. Suddenly, a voice called from above. When Ravi looked up, she was stunned. It was her mother, Anya, who immediately threw down a rope. Ravi climbed up and hugged her mother tightly. The other soldiers also climbed up the rope, and Kelly, seeing Anya's uniform, recognized that she was a Russian soldier. Anya carefully guided everyone through the corridors, avoiding all the sensors. She showed them a hatch in the floor, through which they all climbed down into the basement, and then she locked the door. Anya said she couldn't even remember when she had arrived there, but she guessed she had already been trapped in the ship for at least 30 years, since around 2030. That's when the soldiers realized Ravi had actually been born on this spaceship. Anya also revealed that these aliens had attacked Earth. Years ago, humans had sent a drone into space with a map, so that friendly aliens could find Earth. But that map fell into the hands of hostile aliens, and they used it to attack. Their first move was to kidnap the world's top military strategists. By connecting their brains to machines, the aliens learned their thinking patterns and strategies of war. This gave the aliens a clear understanding of how humans actually fought. Within just a few weeks, they completely destroyed Earth. But when alien and human minds were connected, not only the aliens benefited, some humans also learned abilities they were never supposed to have. Anya, for example, had gained the power to hear and understand the aliens from afar. She realized that at that very moment, the aliens were trying to repair their ship. If they succeeded and managed to contact their home planet, more aliens would arrive. That's why they had to stop them before it was too late. Ravi's father had once sabotaged the reactor, which caused the system to fail and allowed them to wake up. But his entire team died in that mission. That's why Anya now needed everyone's help. The team decided that they couldn't keep running, they had to fight. Together with Anya, they began to make a plan. They estimated that only 24 aliens were left on the ship. Their command center was located on the very top floor, the most heavily secured place. They could reach it through the vents, but the aliens would know the moment they tried. Luckily, Anya had plenty of bombs. They all crawled through the vents to the top deck. Rudy and Kelly decided to distract the aliens while Nash, Anya, and the other women would set the bombs. Anya handed Kelly a stolen device that would help him create a shield. The team quickly split into two groups. Nash's group reached a balcony above the command center, where they could see the alien guards. Meanwhile, Kelly and Robbie entered a corridor, where they found a blood-soaked sensor. They went looking for the second one. At that moment, the sensor sent a signal to the aliens. Kelly deliberately shot at the sensor to provoke the aliens even more. Guards from the command center were immediately summoned, which gave Nash's team the chance to enter the room. Once the other guards left, Anya and the women began planting the bombs. At the same time, Kelly and Rhodey heard footsteps approaching and went completely silent. When the time was right, they fired from behind, taking down a few guards. But soon more guards arrived and a firefight broke out. Kelly activated his shield, which protected him and Rhodey for a short while. One alien used another as a living shield to advance, forcing Kelly and Robbie to retreat. The two hid in another corridor and kept firing. Just then, one alien received a signal on his device and sent half his team in another direction. In the command room, Anya heard the aliens approaching. Kelly and Robbie warned her over the radio, but they themselves were trapped in another corridor with no way out. As Kelly crossed the door, Robbie shut it behind him, telling Kelly to save the others while he held off the aliens. Rhodey opened fire with his laser gun until it was drained. Then he pulled out his regular gun and moved close to an alien. The alien grabbed him and slammed him past the shield, throwing him against the wall. But when Rhodey was near the alien's face, he saw an opportunity and quickly dropped 2 grenades. A massive explosion tore through the corridor, killing him along with all the nearby aliens. Meanwhile, the second wave of aliens reached the command room, where the remaining humans immediately opened fire. At first they managed to take down some, but soon many more arrived, this time carrying multiple shields. Suddenly, a huge alien fired and badly wounded Anya. Ravi screamed, "Mom!" and Nash had to drag her away. Even as she was dying, Anya reached for the bomb's detonator. Ravi realized everything was about to end. When the bombs activated, a tremendous explosion ripped through the control room, the reactor, and all the surrounding aliens. In the corridor, Nash saw more aliens coming. He hid Ravi inside a hatch and then shouted loudly to draw the aliens' attention. They started chasing him, not realizing Ravi was still there. Nash ran until he was cornered, with no way out. Surrounded, he gunned down as many as he could. He considered detonating his bombs too, but he wasn't ready to die yet. He grabbed his gun and unleashed a furious volley of bullets. When everything went quiet, Ravi crawled out of her hiding spot. But right then, she saw an alien standing dangerously close to her. Meanwhile, Kelly had reached a room where many humans were locked inside cells, shouting for him to save them. As Kelly turned around, an alien struck him on the head, knocking him unconscious. In his unconscious state, Kelly dreamed of his daughter, happy and safe on Earth. But then, in the dream, the aliens kidnapped her. He suddenly woke up inside a cell. Next to him was Ravi, who told him that everyone else had been killed. At that moment, an alien entered the room. It grabbed Kelly by the throat, slammed him against the wall, and dragged him to a strange table, where he was hung upside down. The alien pulled out a blade, but just then it heard a sound. Nash had been hiding inside that table. With a single shot, he killed the alien. Both of them quickly rushed out of the corridor, gunning down every alien they came across on the way. Soon, they reached the prison built by the aliens, and Kelly opened it, freeing all the humans. But suddenly, a large number of monsters appeared, and Nash began firing at them with his laser gun. Once everyone escaped, the soldiers shut the door and ran away with Ravi. Still, the aliens were chasing them. The group took cover behind a wall and kept firing, but now their bullets were running out. Nash lifted his belt, which was full of grenades, and Kelly quickly shut the door so the explosion wouldn't reach them. Nash sat down by another door, celebrating their victory. But suddenly, a blade ripped through his chest. The alien leader had entered the room. Kelly immediately told Ravi to run, while he drew the alien's attention toward himself. A blade fight broke out, and the alien kept knocking Kelly down, sometimes slamming him into the ceiling, sometimes shoving him with its shield. Then, sword in hand, the alien charged at Kelly. At the last moment, Kelly shut a door, trapping the alien inside it, slicing its body into two. Soon after, Kelly and Ravi found a way out. And when they stepped outside, they saw a completely destroyed Earth. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.